Hi Leo, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your December 2023 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, the Celtic growth spread as always, and also pull the 4 agreements, Wisdom the Oracle, and Mudra card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, we have Venus, and Venus in December will be in Scorpio for most of the month. I think it'll be still moving through the end of Libra toward the beginning of December. So yeah, for you guys, that'll be going from your third house of communications, short journeys and siblings, to your fourth house of home, family roots. Alright, we have Gemini. Well, technically at the time of recording this, we haven't had that full moon in Gemini yet, so that's one area where Gemini energy will be impacted for you guys. But in the month of December itself, Gemini is going to be pretty quiet, astrologically speaking. But in general, Gemini being 11th house energy for you guys represents friendships, groups, hopes, and wishes. And we have 7. So 7th house energy for you guys is Aquarius. And 7th house in general points to partnerships, contracts, and Aquarius will be a pretty quiet area of the zodiac this month as well. But there could still be some focus in that area of life for you guys. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. The main situation position, we have the Hangman. And challenging that, we have the 8 of Swords. So, in a way, similar energies, but I feel like this is more saying that where you're at right now is you're not necessarily moving forward on the situation, right? You're trying to see things from every angle. And then this is pointing more to the why, which the why could be pointing to maybe you have some fear around making the wrong decision, right? Feeling like you're not seeing the pathway clearly. So there could be a little bit of fear to move forward. So that could be what's motivating you looking at everything from multiple angles at this time. But either way, it looks like there's not much movement coming from you guys in the present moment. Okay, in the foundation position, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So this could be what's at the root of that, right? Maybe you have some kind of a new offer, and you're just really thinking over, like, hey, should I take this offer, right? Maybe it adds a certain level of promise to it, but because it's so new, you might feel like it would take a lot of work for that promise to be realized. All right, past position, we have the Two of Pentacles. So yeah, you could just feel like you have that option, right? The new one at play, and then maybe this other one represents something that you already have, right? So you could be weighing the pros and cons, like, okay, I already have this thing here. This offer of another thing is being given to me. Which way do I want to go, right? So that could be what you're trying to balance out right now. For some of you, it could be around investments, maybe work opportunities, you name it. All right, in the present position, we have the Four of Wands. So this is Aries energy here. It could just be saying that for some of you, this is what's making it a difficult decision, right? You could be thinking to yourself, well, where I'm at now is pretty good already, right? So this new opportunity might have some level of promise, but you could be questioning, well, how much more, right? How much better could it get, right? So you could just be at that point, we're like, yeah, I know this new opportunity has the promise to maybe go a little bit beyond where I'm at now, but where I'm at now is also pretty good, so that could be why you're feeling a little bit torn on which way to go. Okay, and in your future position, we have the Knight of Wands. So this is actually Sagittarius energy here. So this could just be saying that as we progress through Sagittarius season, that's really going to light a fire under you guys and make you feel more action-oriented and bringing you out of that hangman energy. So this could just be saying you'll be feeling a lot more courageous, more exploratory, right? Trying to figure out, okay, like rather than just staying in one spot thinking the situation over and over again, let me really explore the situation a little bit deeper, and then that'll help me arrive at a better conclusion. Alright. In the position of your influence in the situation, we have the Three of Wands. So this is Aries energy here, and it could just be saying that for some of you, maybe that's part of why, right? This could have been an opportunity you've been waiting on for quite some time, and now that it's finally here, maybe while you were waiting for that opportunity, something else started to build itself up in its place, right? So now you're like, okay, maybe I was at a single wand when I initially wanted this thing. Right now I'm up to 3. Yes, this new thing could bring me to 4, but, is that worth leaving what I've already been working on up to this point? All right, in the environment position, we have the world. So to me, this says that this situation could have been playing out this way very deliberately, right? Because maybe if you were looking for, let's say, this big opportunity to sweep you off your feet, right? And that was what you were hoping for, this could just be saying that by that being kept away from you for a while, and you started to build your own thing in its place, right? That could have been the lesson there, right? Like, okay, well, you don't necessarily have to wait for these things. You could actually take the reins and build it for yourself. So again, like I said, it could be one of those things where, yeah, maybe this opportunity would be slightly better than where you are, but also you've built something from scratch, possibly up to the point where it's maybe not at that same level, but you're maybe seeing the potential for it to get there, right? And you could at least call it uniquely your own at the same time. And if this represents the energy of someone else, could just be saying that again, if there was an opportunity kept away from you for a while, could just be saying that they had their own growth and learning process to go through as well. All right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the 3 of Pentacles. So yeah, this was probably what you, for a lot of you, this, well, actually, I can see this going either way. I was going to say this is probably a hope, or some of you've been hoping for some kind of a collaboration, right? But maybe now, for some of you, could be a fear too, right? So that could have been what kept you in this state for so long. Was for some of you, might have been hyper independent, right? Like, okay, no, I'm going to build this on my own. And then for some of you, if that's the case, you might have felt like you hit a little bit of a wall, right? So I'd say that 3 of Wands and hoping to get to the 4 of Wands. And then that could have been to open your eyes to the potential of collaborating with others. All right, in the outcome position, we have the Sun. So yeah, to me, this says that you will be feeling a lot more light, vibrant, playful as we get to the end of the month. Makes sense as far as Sagittarius transits for you guys as your 5th house, and you guys being Leo, you're a natural rulers of the 5th house, so it's a really good energetic match for you guys. So yeah, but to me, this says that the heaviness that you're feeling here, right? The Hangman and the 8 of Swords are very stuck energies, right? They feel a little bit weighed down versus, let's say, the Knight of Wands, the Sun energy. So yeah, this says to me that an energy or decision you've been trying to make for a long time, I should say, is going to really, finally, you're going to see the pathway a lot more clearly. You're going to move forward on it. And in doing so, it's going to improve conditions. All right. And bottom of the deck, we have the 6 of Pentacles. So this is Taurus energy here. So yeah, for some of you, given that we see the Pentacle energies there, it could have been a career thing. So like I said, maybe a super generic example, I'd say there was this big company that you could have been a part of, right? You were hoping to be a part of it. Maybe initially you got turned down for the opportunity, so you started working on your own path in the meantime. And again, like I said, maybe you don't have the name recognition, let's say, of that company, but you might have built your skill set up to quite a level for yourself, right? So you're like, okay, yeah, this is still going to take me further than I could take myself, but maybe you got a little bit comfortable building up for yourself what you have up to this point, right? So yeah, that could be what it really is for some of you, just trying to truly decide, okay, do I want to continue to stay on this independent path or collaborate with others? And I'd say it's probably like 60-40. 60% of you probably will decide that collaborating would be the easier way forward, the better way forward. Others you might decide to just keep building what you've started on your own. All right. So for 4 agreements, we have don't make assumptions, and it says eliminate gossip. Actually, Aries got the same card as well. So other than that, not really any similarities between the spreads, but if you guys have Aries in your chart, or if you're dealing with someone who does, maybe you can watch that reading as well. All right, it says making assumptions is a setup for suffering because usually we gossip about our assumptions. We make assumptions and believe we are right. Then we defend our assumptions and try to make others wrong. So this message reminds you of the fact that we will have a Mercury retrograde in December, so definitely always good to be on the lookout for miscommunications or the potential for that when a Mercury retrograde comes around. So this message seems to align with that well. From the Wisdom Oracle, we have Chaos and Conflict. Here's the artwork, and the number is 33. Okay, essential meanings says disarray, being at cross purposes with another, the tension of opposites, the value of chaos before order. The Oracle's message, opposing forces come together to create a turbulent atmosphere, but consider the value of chaos that serves you well as you become unmoored by it. Scattered to the winds, you leave behind the parts of yourself you no longer need and disperse seeds to reinvent yourself anew. Although the conflict appears to exist externally, its essence is also internal, projected outward and causing disarray. You may find yourself at cross purposes with someone else, facing a storm you feel you can't control. Yet every storm passes and chaos leads to reordering of things. Conflict provides a way to see more than one side of a situation. Look upon this as just a moment in time when you may need to take shelter and step away from the fray. Don't be too eager to fight. This is a time to understand rather than to be understood. So interesting message there, because I wasn't getting much of an energy of conflict at all. And maybe that's because some of you might have had that awareness, right? So maybe that's for some of you why you are in this energy here now, right? So that Eight of Swords in that regard could be almost that feeling of walking on eggshells, right? So like, okay, maybe I know if I approach this now, it won't go the way that I hope. So let me really try to look at this from different angles before I come forward, right? So if that's the case, hopefully that resonated with you. The relationship message says stubbornness is keeping you in a state of opposition. The incessant need to be right will only serve to prolong the conflict that deep down you want to be resolved. This is an opportune moment to learn about your values, your sense of self, what's really important to you. Some things are non-negotiable. If that's true, it's not necessary to fight. Can you find a way through the stormy emotions to higher ground? Soon the air will clear, and you will be in a much better place than before, for the storm will have passed, blazing a path for new growth in its wake. Things can become electric and enlightened, always better than before, if you use this time constructively. So yeah, again, definitely a positive message there, and if this is around a romantic connection, maybe that's what that World card is representing there, right? Learning from that situation. Then the prosperity message says, circumstances appear to be chaotic, but everything that is happening now is in truth shaking things up so you can find a real path to your prosperity. Yes, it's a stormy time, and it feels as if there are opposing forces wherever you turn. Be reassured that there is divine purpose in this chaos. Everything that doesn't work is being taken from you, so the truest parts of yourself remain. The events occurring now are essential for your ultimate prosperity. This chaos is divinely inspired, even though it doesn't appear that way now. In time, you will notice to be true. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there for those of you where maybe you feel like you are stuck in place, right? Where, like I said, it looks like as we move through Sag season, it looks like there is a clearing of that blockage there with the Knight of Wands and seeing the Sun in the outcome position. Shows me that for the majority of you will go well, but it could just be one of those things where you feel like you're a little bit stuck right now. Right. Lastly, we have the Mudra for you guys. This is your Mudra here. It's the Kashyapa Mudra. The keyword for it is preservation. Right. And there's the info on it if you want to pause it or take a screenshot to read what it has to say. But under benefits, it says grounding and centering, balances masculine and feminine qualities, protects against negative energies and unfriendly or confused spirits, sometimes called orphan spirits. So that sounds like a mudra that you think would be beneficial for you guys. We'll put the name in the description of the video as always. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.